Google search CrackU free CAT mocks. Click on the first link. You can attempt 3 latest mocks in the actual exam interface. After completing the test, you get detailed solutions, analysis, and percentile along with your scorecard to gauge your All India performance. Click on the solutions to get video solutions from our expert faculty.
Hello guys, welcome to CrackU video series. In today's video, we'll be discussing about the last minute tips for the SNAP 2021 exam. So the December attempt of the SNAP exam is just a few days away, and many aspirants would be looking for some last minute tips to give their best performance during the exam. We know the exam is being held over 3 days, and the first attempt is on December 19 and the other 2 attempts are in January. And you have an option to take up to 2 attempts. And the results for the SNAP 2021 exam will be declared on Feb 1st, 2022. And also after the CAT and the IFT exam, we know SNAP is the next major exam that many aspirants would be targeting, and it tests a very different skill. So SNAP is basically a speed test, and also it's not a very difficult exam. So aspirants, whoever is taking the SNAP exam, should take it with a fresh mind. So do not let your performance in the previous exams attempt this exam. And the candidates who have already prepared well for the CAT can leverage their preparation for the SNAP exam, and they can perform well in the SNAP exam if you have already prepared well in the CAT. So now let us see some last minute tips on how to crack the SNAP exam. Alright, so the first thing that you should be doing in the remaining few days is reviewing the basics. So when it comes to, so let us look at the section wise tips on how to go about in these last few days. When it comes to the general English section, we know the topics tested here are reading comprehension, verbal reasoning, and verbal ability. And there are totally 15 questions in this section for 15 marks. And this section includes a wide variety of questions ranging from RCs, parajumbles, and grammar and vocab based, fill in the blanks, sentence completion, parts of speech, and so on. And especially when it comes to the RCs, remember that the reading comprehension is not the dominant section under the general English section, unlike the CAT exam. The RCs here are very easy. And also when it comes to the parajumbles, even these parajumbles are quite simple and straightforward, so you can definitely answer them easily. Finally, when it comes to the vocab, there are some vocab based questions in the SNAP exam as well. So if you are particularly weak in this section, make sure you thoroughly revise the vocab, go through the words quickly that you have learned so far, revise these words, revise the meanings, revise the root words, so that you can answer the questions based on vocab easily. Next we have the quantitative section, the data interpretation, and it also includes data sufficiency. So this section includes questions ranging from arithmetic. So majorly focus on arithmetic. There will be a lot of questions on arithmetic. Then we have algebra, permutations, combinations, probability, and so on. But remember that you just need to revise the basics. The most of the questions that appear in the quant section are template based questions. So if you have practiced the standard questions very well, you can definitely crack this section. So recently the questions are also not very deep, so they don't go too deep into the concepts. Make sure you're thorough with all the fundamentals, especially when it comes to the arithmetic, and when it comes to the geometry, make sure you revise the basic properties of say triangles, circles, and all such things. And when it comes to the number of questions, we know there are 20 questions in this section for 20 marks. Each question 1 mark. Finally, we have the logical reasoning section. So the analytical and the logical reasoning section contains 25 questions. And unlike other sections, this section contains topics from a variety of topics. It contains questions from a variety of topics, but these are not very difficult. These can be solved easily. So the questions range from puzzles, coding, decoding, analogies, number series, and so on. So there are a wide range of topics, but these questions are not very difficult, and especially if you have prepared very well for the CAT exam, you can crack this section quite easily. So this is nothing to worry about. And finally, coming to the videos to watch. So remember that apart from your regular revision, you should definitely watch certain videos in these last few days. So for example, we are doing certain live streams. So we are conducting live streams for the SNAP exam. So make sure you watch those videos. These videos will be particularly very helpful in these last few days before the exam. And finally, coming to the mock tests, we know mocks form a very important part of your preparation. Given that SNAP is a speed based test, you have just 1 hour and you have to answer 60 questions. So strategy becomes an extremely important part of your preparation. So by now you should have taken at least 5 mock tests. So you should have taken at least 5 mock tests, analyze them carefully, and also learn from your mistakes and mock analysis. So during your mock analysis, go back to your mistakes, revise them carefully. Most importantly, analyze the time you spent per each section and also per each question. So see how much time you're spending per question, because you have just 1 minute per each question. So in any case, you should not be spending more than a minute or more than 2 minutes for any question. So do your analysis carefully, look at your mistakes, and come up with a strategy so that you can implement in your final exam. Alright, so now the question is, how can you come up with your strategy? How can you finalize your exam strategy? So first thing, one thing you can do is you can analyze your mocks thoroughly, and you can come up with your strategy based on your mock analysis, or you can also give a mock. So take at least 1 mock in the remaining days. So if you haven't taken enough mocks, try to take a mock in the remaining few days. Maybe you can take a mock tomorrow, and this is purely to try to test and implement your strategy that you're going to implement in the final exam. And remember to take this mock during your exam time only, so that you can actually get used to that testing environment. And no matter what your score is during this mock, don't take it to heart. For example, if you let's say if you scored less in this mock, don't get disheartened by it, because remember that this is a mock to test and implement your strategy. So consider it as a mock to implement your strategy, and don't worry too much about the score you're going to get. And some points to remember while taking the exam: so don't forget that SNAP is a speed test. Make sure you pick up only the easy questions and solve them quickly. And more importantly, you should remember to leave the tough questions quickly. So whenever you come across a tough question, learn to leave it immediately and move on to the next question. Remember that there will be easy questions in the exam. So remember that there will definitely be easy questions in the exam. You just have to spot them, and you have to solve them first, and you also have to solve them fast. And also, as mentioned earlier, so candidates who have practiced enough number of standard questions can definitely crack the exam easily, particularly the quant section, because the quant questions are basically template questions, and if you can spot them and solve them easily, you can definitely score well in the exam. And when it comes to the sectional cutoffs, the most of the institutes accepting the SNAP scores have no sectional cutoffs. So you can purely rely on your strengths and which section to attempt first. So this purely again depends on what area is your strength. So it depends on what sections are your strength. Try to have at least 2 strong sections. So we know there are 3 sections, and try to have at least 2 strong sections. And if you can perform very well in these 2 sections and decent in the other section, then you can attempt enough number of questions and also clear the cutoff. Or on the other hand, try to have at least, if not 2, try to have at least 1 strong section. And particularly if that strong section is quant or the logic section, then it's better, because the number of questions in the quant section and the logic section are more compared to the verbal section. So if you have one very strong section among the quant and the logic section, then that will be more beneficial to you, and you just have to perform decently in the other 2 sections. But again, it's rather than just focusing on one section completely and ignoring the other 2 sections, it's always better to prepare well for all the 3 sections, because remember that it's SNAP is not a very tough exam. When we compare it with CAT, SAT or other MPA entrance exams, the questions are slightly on the easier side. So try to be thorough with at least the basics of all the 3 sections. So a diligent strategy would be to be well versed with all the topics of all the 3 sections, or at least 2 strong sections and 1 decent section, or 1 very strong section, particularly quant or LR, and being decent in the other 2 sections. But again, balanced strategy would be the best way. So try to score well in all the 3 sections, and try to completely dominate in the section of your strength. And finally, one question asked by a lot of aspirants is what would be a safe attempt? What would be the number of safe attempts? So this can be something around 52. So it can be 52 to 55. So these would be the safe number of attempts, and the score to achieve could be something around 45. Particularly if you are aiming at SIBM, a safe score would be to target around 42 to 44 marks. So try to attempt around these many questions, and safe score of this would most probably get you a call from SIBM. And most importantly, remember this, there is no normalization. So you are given an option to take 2 attempts, and so no matter how difficult or easy the paper is, there is going to be no normalization. Whatever score you're going to get, that's final. Remember that there's a negative marking of 25% per each question. So avoid blind guesses. So if you don't know a question, make sure you avoid attempting it. Don't attempt it just for the sake of attempting too many questions. Make sure you strike a balance between attempts versus accuracy. So don't sacrifice your accuracy just for the sake of attempting more questions, and also don't get consumed by just one single question and miss out on the good score that you can otherwise achieve. And also, as there are 2 attempts, but if you're giving only 1 attempt, that is the December 19th attempt, then you have to be very diligent while giving the exam, and you must follow these things and take your exam very seriously. And even though you're giving 2 attempts, you're giving 1 attempt in on December 19th, and let's say you're giving another attempt in Jan, even then, if you can just take very seriously, if you can take this attempt very seriously, then you don't have to worry about that next attempt. So make sure you make the most out of these remaining days. Try to follow the things which were just discussed. Finalize your exam strategy in the remaining days, and try to come up with a strategy that suits you the best and implement that during the exam. Alright, so we discussed some very important last minute tips. So now let us quickly look at the SNAP cutoffs and placements of the top colleges accepting the SNAP scores. We know there are around 15 institutes accepting the SNAP scores under the Symbiosis International University, and these are the top colleges that you can consider applying. And also remember that apart from applying for the SNAP exam, you need to apply for these colleges separately on the college websites. So if you're targeting any specific college, you need to apply for that college on their website. Now if you look at the top institutes, we know SIBM Pune and SEM HRD are the topmost colleges accepting the SNAP scores. So if you look at their cutoffs, the cutoff for SIBM Pune is 97 percentile. However, to be on the safe side, try to score around 98 percentile to make sure that you get a call from SIBM. And the average package for SIBM is 19.5 lakhs, so it's around 20 lakhs, and they have a very good average package. So you should definitely not miss out on this college. Next we have SIBM, next we have SEM HRD Pune. The cutoff is 96 percentile, and the average package is around 16 or 17 lakhs. Next we have SIBM Bengaluru, the SNAP cutoff 90 percentile, average package around 10 lakhs. SIIB Pune, the SNAP cutoffs are around 92 percentile. So this can be around 92 or 93 percentile, and finally the average package stands around 10 lakhs per annum. So these are the top colleges you should definitely target, particularly SIBM and SEM HRD are some of the top B schools in our country. And on the other hand, there are many other colleges. So apart from these are the top 4, and apart from that there are many other colleges that you can target, and some of them are, so these are the other colleges: SIOM Nashik, SIMS, SIMC Pune, and then there are some other institutes such as SSSS or Symbiosis School of Sports Sciences, and then there is SIBM Hyderabad. So these are the other colleges that come under the Symbiosis International University. So you can also apply to these colleges on their official websites. And the cutoffs for all the remaining colleges are actually less than 90 percentile. So the cutoffs are not very high, and for some of these colleges the cutoffs are even around 70 percentile. So if you can just score around 70 percentile in the SNAP, you can definitely make it to some of these colleges. And also remember that these cutoffs are just for your reference, so don't worry about these cutoffs too much. These cutoffs vary, they vary depending on a lot of factors, and some of those factors can be the difficulty level of the exam most importantly, and also the number of aspirants taking the exam. So don't worry about the cutoffs, just focus on giving your best. And also remember that, so in the final selection your SNAP scores are given a lot of weightage. At least 50% weightage is given to your SNAP scores in the final selection, and the remaining weightage goes to a personal interview and all the other factors, and almost zero weightage is given to your past acads. So though your academics are not very great, but if you can still perform very well in the SNAP exam and perform well in the interviews, you can definitely make it to these B schools mentioned here. So focus on giving your best during the exam. Don't worry about anything else. just try to maximize your scores during the exam. And also, of course, finally, the usual things like on the snap exam day. So make sure you carry all the required documents such as your admit card, your identity proof, and your mask, of course, and read the instructions on your admit card. So read them carefully and follow them. So if you can follow these last minute tips and also give your exam diligently, you can definitely crack the snap exam. So thank you so much guys, and all the best for your preparation.